We're about to begin the December 17, 2025 regular meeting of the Harris Central Appraisal District's Board of Directors. Members of the public wishing to address the board should have completed the sign-in sheet at the back of the room. You will be called upon to speak in the order that you signed in. When you begin, please state your name. Mr. Chairman, you may call the meeting to order.
Thank you, Tammy. Good morning. My name is Jim Robinson. I'm chairman of the Board of Directors, and I hereby call the December 17th, 2025 regular meeting of the Harris Central Appraisal District Board to order. The time is now 9:33. We will now have the pledges of allegiance, and I'll go ahead and lead those myself.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. All right, we'll now have the roll call. Kathy Blooper Daniels, she is on her way. Tracy Jones.
Present.
Martina Lamont Dixon.
Present.
Erica McCutcheon.
Present.
Melissa Noriega.
Present.
Annette Ramirez.
Present.
Kyle Scott. Mr. Scott is in Beaumont today. Mike Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan has had surgery and will not be here. And myself, Jim Robinson, present. We will now have the recognition of, or do we want to do, or Roland, do we want to do the serenade first?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. For getting us into the Christmas spirit, we're going to have our choir sing the first Noel and Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
All right, good. Y'all go right ahead.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone's dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Merry Christmas!
Well, and Merry Christmas to y'all. Great job. We will now have the recognition of service awards and employees of the month, and I've asked Vice Chairman Lamont Dixon to join Mr. Altinger in doing the honors.
Well, I want to start off by thanking the choir and thanking them for getting me into the Christmas spirit. And we all know what Christmas means. That means we need to pass out presents. 15 years ago, when I became assistant chief, I made a pinky promise to a special lady in the audience, Cynthia Guerrero. Cynthia, can you come up here and join me for a moment? I want to present this to you, a gem for a real gem. No way could I have done my job without your hard work and constant dedication. You are a true and consummate professional. Thank you, and please open that up.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Thank you.
That is your birthstone, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Wow. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
This lady is unbelievable. All right. We're not going to run you off just yet.
Sorry. What?
Sorry I broke our pinky. All right. Please allow me one more. This being my last board meeting, I will attend as chief appraiser. I'd like to thank all the boards, past and present, and the support of all HCAD team members these past 37 years. It's been a great opportunity for me in countless ways. We've seen so many changes and weathered so many challenges together. I wish Adam all the best and will be available for the next 2 months to give him the benefit of my experience. By the way, Adam, you need to come up because I have something in here for you also. It's not as nice as Cindy's.
Love it, man. It's
Read
in case of emergency. Great class. It's got his phone number in it.
Well, hey, Adam, Roland didn't give you the truthful thing. Back when I replaced Kenneth Graber as chief appraiser, he gave me 3 envelopes. And basically he says, if you get in trouble with the board, open that first envelope. And so we walked along for a few years, and the board, got concerned about something, and I opened it, and it said, blame CLT. And CLT was the private appraisal firm that before HCAD was created did the appraisals for Harris County. Okay. And hey, that worked. And then, we walked along, and I needed to open that second envelope. And it said, blame the computer system. And I did. And hey, that satisfied the board. Well, finally, after 23 years, it just said, I got to open that third envelope. You know what it said? Prepare 3 envelopes.
I love it. Well, thank y'all.
And Adam, I give you permission to blame the former chief appraiser as many times as you need to. Anyhow, we're going to do our service awards and our employees of the month. Our first service recipient joined us 15 years ago, born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas, and he went to Arlington Heights High School. He attended Texas A&M University. There we go. Whoop. Got a degree in agricultural economics, moved to Houston after college, worked as a fee appraiser for 4 years until the economic downturn. He found HCAD through a friend and gave us a try. Began as an appraiser trainee in residential. Now he's an appraiser 4 in the arbitration group of review appraisal. He's married and enjoys watching football with his wife. In fact, his wife likes to watch football more than he does. He likes exercising and playing golf. Where is Drew Warner? Oh, you scared me.
Thank you.
All right, our next service recipient joined us 2 decades ago. In fact, I hired her 20 years ago. Houston native, went to Elsick High School, attended Houston Community College, got a degree in civil litigation. She previously worked in the mortgage and real estate industry. HCAD employee Wendy Giglio told her about the district, and she applied. Thank you, Wendy. Is Wendy here today? Nope. Thank you, Wendy. Began as a technical assistant specialist in I&A. Spent her entire 20 years in this division. Now she's exemption manager there. She's married 16 years, 2 daughters. She recently taught with me in Austin. I wrote an article that'll be in the last publication this year. She's a crafty lady, and she enjoys event planning, traveling, and time with the family. Jasmine Escamilla. All right, our final recipient joined us a quarter of a century ago. Born in Lawton, Oklahoma, and lived in 25 cities. Went to 3 different high schools, landed in College Station, and attended Texas A&M University. Got a BBA, and before HCAD, he was working at JCPenney's in human resources for 15 years. He wanted to change from retail management and took the advice of a neighbor who suggested he apply at HCAD. Came on as a field appraiser in commercial, worked his way to senior field manager, earned a CTA, which is Certified Tax Assessor, and a CCA, which is a Certified Chief Appraiser designation, and teaches state courses all around the state. He's married 37 years to a Greek lady. He has 2 adult children, 1 grandson. He enjoys the outdoors, skiing, hiking, and there's something wrong with him because he likes running marathons. Mike Mateo, where are you at? All right, now we're going to go on to our 4 employees of the month. The first employee of the month knows this building like the back of his hand. He's a native Houstonian, went to Jerseyville High School and got an associate's degree from Lone Star College. Became the first person in his family to get a college degree. He got a job in maintenance and became part of the fantastic crew that helps keep this building tidy. He saw an opportunity for a permanent position at HCAD, applied. Today he works as an appraiser in BIPD. Acknowledged for his professionalism, camaraderie, first-class customer service, offers support in hearings and works queues, takes initiative to train and guide others, provides translation assistance to property owners during the hearing season, and in his spare time he enjoys clay shooting, car shows, and working on his project car, which is a 1970 Chevy Impala. Adrian Perez, where you at? We're going to have you hang out up here. All right, our second employee of the month, born in Houston, went to Sam Houston High School, studied at Houston Community College, worked as administrative assistant for the Texas Medical Center Library for 18 years until she was laid off. She saw HCAD's building driving down 290 and applied. Today she works as a legal specialist in the legal department, commended for her dedication, professionalism, and camaraderie. Nomination states she handles tasks diligently and efficiently, assisted in filing over 6,100 agreed final judgments, keeps track of the thousands of trial dates, settings, and deadlines on behalf of the district. She's been married for 26 years, 2 sons, both in college. She enjoys traveling and collecting ornaments from places she's visited. Melissa Salas, come on up. All right, our next employee of the month, born in Houston, Texas, went to Bel Air High School and earned a bachelor's in psychology from the University of Texas. She got her master's degree from the University of Tulane. She worked 10 years at Shell Oil Company and then 2 years at the Harris County Public Health Department. Saw an HCAD position online, decided to give us a try. She was hesitant at first, and she now says it was the best decision she ever made. She's a human resource generalist. She's recognized today for exceptional service, professionalism, and dependability. She's been pivotal in updating policies and operating procedures. She helps ensure compliance, improves accuracy on internal documents, and assists with the FMLA and workman comp cases. She has 2 kids and enjoys hanging out with them. She misses her traveling, but she's going to be traveling by foot next month because she's going to run the Chevron Houston Marathon on behalf of the SPCA. Amy Williams, come on up. You got them real wheels ready for that race? Make sure you beat Mike, okay? Make sure you beat Mike. All right, our final employee of the month was born in Port Arthur, Texas. He went to Memorial High School in Port Arthur, not in Houston. He enlisted in the U.S. Army and served 6 years and worked as a combat medic. Made his way to Houston, earned a bachelor's in communications from Texas Southern University, worked for Shell Oil Company until the company reorganized, found HCAD at our Veterans Job Fair. Hired on 10 months ago as a residential appraiser, and he's already Employee of the Month. Nomination states he brings innovation ideas to the district. He is the gentleman that proposed the use of QR codes to be placed on the cars in the field to increase transparency to property owners and reduce the call volume of residents seeking confirmation of appraisers in the area. His ideas strongly reflect HCAD's core values and transparency and first-class customer service. The recipient has 1 son, 1 daughter, and he enjoys fishing and home projects. Billy Young, come on up. We're going to go this way and take the follow.
Do me a favor, step back, 3 feet forward.
All right, and I will note the arrival of Director Kathy Bluford Daniels. We'll now take comments from members of the public. Has anyone signed up? Well, we have none this time. So we will continue with reports from committees, and I'll report first that the executive, during the last month, all 4 of the board's committees met. The executive committee met briefly to discuss agenda-related matters. I'll next recognize Director Erica McCrutchener, who's actually the committee chair of the Evaluation Committee, for her report.
Thank you, Jim. The committee met for the final meeting for this year. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone on the evaluation committee for their hard work, the many hours spent in coming up with a plan and then selecting our new chief appraiser, Adam Bogart. A lot of work went into selecting that, and it was very, very good, and everybody worked together very well, and it was very productive. As you know, we're rapidly approaching the transition time for Adam to take the reins of the new chief appraiser. The transition will take place on December the 31st, which is Roland's official retirement. The committee recognized the magnitude of the transition for the new chief appraiser as he adapts to his role and responsibilities. So the committee believes it is helpful as part of the succession plan to allow Roland to continue to assist Adam through February the 28th, 2006 with contracts and recently updated laws and everything else relating to the chief appraiser's work. Since Adam's selection, the Chief Appraiser Roland and Adam have been working very, very hard to prepare him for the transition for the first of the year. They have created a checklist of essential items needed to ensure a smooth transition at the start of the new year. Do you have that information available for the board? We asked that they present that to the board. Roland also has agreed to remain to be a part of support for the new chief appraiser with critical information needed for stakeholders and lawmakers. So we're working very good to make sure that the succession is very smooth and that everything will work in sync to keep everything rolling smoothly. Furthermore, the committee believes that it is reasonable to hold regular meetings during this time to monitor the progress of Roland's advisory role in the succession progress. So we look forward to working with our new chief appraiser, Adam, and we congratulate you again and thank you so much. We're looking forward to really working with you. Roland, I can't say thank you enough. I've only been on the board for just a year and a half now, but it's just been a wonderful delight to work with you and a joy to just serve you and you being a service to us as we work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Next, we'll have the Finance Committee report. As I said at the beginning when we called the roll, Committee Chair Kyle Scott is in Beaumont. He is a college professor, and he's giving final examinations today, and he couldn't join us. And Director Martina Lamont Dixon, who's a member of the committee, is going to give that report.
Okay, well, we met on December 8th, and the members in attendance were myself, Melissa Noriega, and our chair, Kyle Scott. So just basically the overview, we convened remotely to discuss the expenditure items on today's agenda and also to discuss ongoing matters related to program evaluation and operational innovation. The expenditure items reviewed were agenda items 7B, 7C, and 7D. They're all IT items. No formal votes were taken, but each item was discussed to ensure clarity and alignment with the committee's oversight responsibilities. And then from that, there were some committee comments and requests, and I'll just read through these. One was program utilization metrics. So the committee reiterated its ongoing requests for metrics that track utilization of the various programs approved by the board. Members emphasized that consistent reporting on usage and outcomes will strengthen the board's ability to make informed decisions on future expenditure items. The second point was discussion on HCAD's use of AI. Committee members raised questions regarding HCAD's current use of AI, including how AI tools are being deployed within existing processes, the origins and development of new AI capabilities with HCAD, the oversight and evaluation framework for AI-driven initiatives, and staff provided updates on recent developments and explained how such innovations arise and are incorporated into HCAD's operations. And thank you, Beata, for that. The last point that we discussed was interest in employee-led innovation. The committee expressed interest in learning more about employee-generated innovations. Members requested that such innovations be highlighted during monthly committee or board meetings or included in regular communications to the board. And that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martina. And last but not least, we're going to hear a report from the committee that meets continuously almost. And we very much appreciate the very hard work that the ARB Appointment Committee does. And I'll call on Committee Chair Kathy Bluford Daniels for that report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Excuse me. It has been an effort, but we're still coming continuously. We have, I think, 4 more meetings scheduled for January and February. So we're working diligently to try and get that number that's necessary for ARB assignment. And we interviewed for the 2026 Appraisal Review Board on the 21st of November and December the 12th. From these meetings, the committee will recommend 16 applicants for the board to review and approve for appointment this month. Additionally, on November the 21st, the committee also let me take my candy out. From this, I know y'all know I'll say anything, so let me take the candy out. Keep from stumbling. The committee recommended 16 applicants for the board to review and approve for appointment this month. Additionally, on November 21st, the committee also reviewed 28 applicants for reappointment, and 26 of those applicants will be recommended to serve on the 2026 board. On December 12th, the committee also interviewed applicants for appointments as officers of the ARB. All applications will be available during executive session for the entire board members to review and discuss where necessary. And I, too, would just like to say thank you, Mr. Chair, for allowing me this opportunity to again, this year, chair on this committee. This is the second year that we've had to do so, so we were actually sort of feeling our way because we'd never done it before. And thank you, Roland, for always being supportive and being here and providing sandwiches, at least anyway, for some type of lunch or after we get through with the meetings. And thank you, Adam, for following up with that as well. There are so many people on this committee, and not so many because it's only a committee of 4. But I'd just like to say thank you for board member Tracy came right in and sat in, and we appreciate you. Thank you for our alternates, Melissa, board member Kyle Scott, and thank you for continually being there, board member McCutcheon. When all else failed, even when it was down to 2, it was always she and I. So I appreciate that. And thank you, Tammy, for putting these tabs on here so I could keep up with my script today. Thank you all. Ms. T, thank you, because I know that we'll sometimes find out that we may have 25, 30 applicants, of which 10 people may show up. And the tediousness of going through all those applications and ensuring that they're qualified, first of all, able and qualified to serve, qualified meaning living in Harris County. She's told me before, and I've mentioned, she has applications spread all over her desk, all over her bed, just for us to come here and probably interview 10 people. So I encourage you all again to ask your neighbors and friends if they're interested in serving. Kyle Scott has been a resource because several of the members people that have been interviewed said that they heard through Kyle Scott. So we appreciate those resources. Indeed, Jack, we appreciate that because they're continuously saying Indeed as well. So we can't thank you all enough for having everything prepared and ready for us to be able to come in and start the interview process after you all have done the granular work for us to be able to interview. So that's all I have on on the report this time, Mr. Chair. So again, thank you. But again, I can't thank Ms. McCutcheon enough for being right here. If we don't have 3, I can always count on Ms. McCutcheon. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Kathy. Do any board members have questions or comments about the committee chair reports? Okay, if not, yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to share that Mr. Altinger, I will be sharing my sentiments in January. Thank you.
The people that attend the meetings regularly may have noticed that the committee structure is something new for the board. Mm-hmm. It's something we implemented this year because the board was expanded, as you know, and the whole procedure under which board members are chosen was amended by the legislature, and to make sure that we had a fully functioning board where everybody who was a board member understood the functioning of the district and the importance of things that come up on the agenda. We did implement the committee structure this year, and I very much appreciate the willingness of board members to serve on the committees to which I appointed you. And I think it's going to be a great benefit to district and to the taxpayers of Harris County. We're next going to move on to the consent agenda. We have several items on there, and I will briefly read the caption for each one, and then we will just do a voice vote on approval of the consent agenda. Item 7A is discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of November 19th. 7B is discussion and possible action to review and approve a one-year renewal of support and subscription for UiPath's robotic process automation licenses from DIR vendor Sistema Technologies in the amount of $138,000. Item 7C, discussion and possible action to review and approve a second-year renewal of a two-year agreement with Cyclomedia for street-level imagery and LiDAR in the amount of not to exceed $250,000. Item 7D, discussion and possible action to authorize the chief appraiser to review and approve a contract renewal with CoStar Realty Information, Inc. to provide software database containing industrial office market tenant and comparable sales data. The annual contrast or the annual cost of this contract for 2026 is $237,900, which represents an approximate 4.9% increase from 2025, and this cost includes 40 user licenses. Item E is to receive the district's monthly financial reports, and item F is a report, receive the report on payment of bills, payroll, and transfers of funds between line items, and discussion and possible action, if any, related thereto. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right, it's moved by Director Dixon. Do we have a second?
Second.
And it is second by Director Jones. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. All right, before we take up the action items now, Director McCrutcheon is going to need to leave to attend a funeral, and we're going to move the executive session up to this point, and then we will come out of that, we'll take up the action items and vote on settlement of litigation. So at this time, the board will retire to executive session. The executive session is held for the purposes authorized in sections 551, 071, 072, 074, and 076 of the Texas Government Code. The board will retire to executive session. The time is 10:05 a.m. Live back there, and I have the signal that we are, so the board is returning from executive session. The time is 11:32 a.m. There was no action taken in executive session, and we do have a quorum that is present. We're going to move now to the action items on the agenda. Item 8. First item is discussion and possible action to reappoint 2 members to the Agricultural Appraisal Advisory Board of the Harris Central Appraisal District. I'll just mention real briefly, this is a board that's required by law. These are people that have to be either agricultural or timber producers in the county. We were the first county in Texas to appoint the board, and they advise us on the minimum standards to qualify for ag appraisal. And are these reappointments?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is R.D. Burnside, who's a local rancher, and Barbara Heaton Seaberg, who's a local dairy farmer and also a feed store owner that resides close to my house. Her feed store does. And as you stated, it's required by law, and they work with Melissa Broda, who's in the audience, if you have some detailed questions, because of the degree of intensity with regards to what they're doing in the county, because it can change from one side of the county to the other, as you know. We just need the board to approve
All right,
this.
do I have a motion to discuss and possible action to approve this item?
So moved.
Okay, Martina, did you make the motion? We have a
Yes.
second.
Second.
All right, seconded by Ms. Blooper Daniels. We'll just do a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. And that is our only action item. So we'll move next to the discussion items. And we have good news for 2 sitting members of the board. Mr. Altinger, would you please present the results of the Board of Directors election?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. As you noticed, I sent a letter last night out. The election deadline was on Monday. We tallied the votes yesterday, and you got the letter, and Kevin's going to give more detailed information with regards to the results.
Well, I was hoping to get it up on the screen, but I'll just move forward.
I got the letter right here if you...
Yeah, I've got the results. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Kevin McCormick, and I'm here on behalf of the Chief Appraiser to announce the results of the vote by taxing units to appoint 2 new members to the Board of Directors to fill the expiring terms of Martina Lamont Dixon and Melissa Noriega. As we know, their current terms expire on December 31st of this year. That's not the right one. This process began in June after Conservation and Reclamation Districts notified the Chief Appraiser that they wished to participate in the voting process. Thereafter, from June through October of this year, we received nominations from Conservation and Reclamation Districts and other taxing units. We got 5 nominees. Voting and sample ballots and resolutions were mailed out to all the taxing units entitled to vote on October 22nd, 2025. The ballots and accompanying resolutions were due on December 15th for 2025 for all taxing units except for the City of Houston, Harris County, ISD, and Cy-Fair ISD as well. They had a different set of rules of when to get their ballots in, and they all met those requirements. So the votes were cast, and they were counted yesterday. The final ballots were in. In counting the ballots, we are required to award all the votes of the Conservation and Reclamation Districts to the nominee or the candidate who receives the most votes. There were 60 ballots or votes cast by the Conservation and Reclamation Districts. Martina Lamont Dixon received 52 of those. Therefore, she received all 60 votes. The 2 candidates who received the most votes will serve on HCAD's board for 4-year terms beginning on January 1st of 2026 and ending on December 31st, 2029. Seems a long way away. The winning candidates represent all the taxing units, whether they received the votes or were nominated. It's kind of like an at-large position when you're appointed to the board. So I will now give you the results. Martina Lamont Dixon received 968 votes, which includes all the Conservation and Reclamation District votes. Melissa Noriega received 367 votes. Bill Frazier received 142 votes, Ann Williams received 53 votes, and Jason Morris received 31 votes. We'd like to thank all the candidates who ran, and on behalf of the Chief Appraiser Roland Altinger and the Chief Appraiser Designate Adam Bogard and all of HCAD, we congratulate Martina Lamont Dixon and Melissa Noriega on their reappointment to the board. As a general observation, I will say this year was the second year we've done this process under SB2. The taxing units had a much better understanding of the way this process works. And we also took into some consideration the board's recommendations that we simplify the voting letters, and that seemed to be a great success. I actually listened to some of the hearings where they nominated and voted on the directors, and they referred to our letters, so that was good news. So I think the process worked out very well this year, and congratulations again. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Yes, congratulations. Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, let's move to item 10, discussion item, HCAD bank deposits. Basically, we have asked the outside auditors to review the security of treasury notes and treasury bills that are deposited as additional security for HCAD bank deposits. HCAD carries, well, the bulk of our money is deposited with the state's program, the tax pool program that's operated by the state controller. We maintain a running balance of about $8 million at the depository bank, which is Frost Bank. However, those are only insured by FDIC to $250,000. There has been some concern that because of the high level of vacancy in commercial office buildings, that some regional banks in the United States may have problems this spring if the people that own those buildings start walking away from the notes. And this could result in some problems for banks, even potential bank failures. So we've asked the outside auditor to review this and to determine the current value of the federal securities that our depository bank has on deposit to secure our deposits above the $250,000 FDIC level. The fact that this issue does exist, so does, I think, create a unique challenge for the commercial valuation group here at HCAD. There are a number of office towers that are in serious trouble. And I know the tendency is to, try to put the highest value on you can that you think you can support. But to the extent that people may be walking away from some of these buildings, and which nearly happened with the old Exxon Tower just a couple of weeks ago, they were able to get a bridge loan for, I think it was about $60 million for, to keep that one from going into foreclosure. But we don't want a bunch of litigation because we overappraised office towers that are in trouble, is what I'm saying. So you need to just be really careful. Okay, we'll move next to item 11, the homestead exemption cards, which were just mailed out. And Mr. Altinger, would you elaborate on that?
Yes, Mr. Robinson, we're one of our core values, mentorship, and I'm going to let Scott Christensen do this. I can do it. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair and board members.
And the mic is not on.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Good morning. And just to update you on this item, each December we send out hundreds of thousands of homestead confirmation cards. This year we mailed over 835,000 of them to property owners who have homestead exemptions. This process is authorized by Section 1147 of the Texas Tax Code and serves two important purposes. The process verifies that property owners are still eligible for exemptions because any cards returned undeliverable trigger an investigation by HCAD of those properties' existing exemptions. The card also reminds homeowners about potential additional exemptions, such as those for over 65 years of age, veterans, and individuals with disabilities. And I've provided in your board book on the next page a sample example of what those confirmation cards look like. As Mr. Altinger said, we mailed those out last week, and it should be coming in everybody's mail right now.
I got mine. It's
That's all I have
working.
for you.
All right, any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll move on next to the taxpayer liaison officer report. Recognize Ms. Perry.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to the other directors as well. Pleased to report to you on the activity of the Taxpayer Liaison Office since my report to you in November. As is typical for this time of year, we have a little bit of everything. It's a great big salad, and everybody's trying to tie up the loose ends on their property issues associated with the appraisal district. Once the tax statements go out from the tax office, everybody comes alive and starts to recognize all of the things that they should have been doing back in May. But anyway, the overall propensity of these cases were exemption related. I would hasten to say that the majority of them did not have to do with anything critical or a complaint of the exemption area. Most of them were just questions, et cetera, and we were able to get most of them resolved. I think there were only 2 or 3 of them that had issues associated with what was alleged to be an error on behalf of the exemption section. That concludes my report. My report is fairly tracks what was printed in your board book, but I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have
Thank
them.
you. Any questions for Treasurer? Go ahead.
Thank you. I'll be very, very brief. Thank you for all that you all do. You and Wendy, where's Wendy? I don't know where she disappeared to. Okay. But thank you for all you all do. From the TLO perspective, I'm looking at all these people that are on here, and it has to be investigated, which means, of course, a lot of research, in addition to what we're doing for the ARB. So I just know that we don't take it lightly, and I hope that everyone understands the granular details that you all have to exercise in again, with the candidates and having to do this work as well. So thank you. I just wanted to say that publicly, Mr. Chair, because this is a lot of work.
Let me make a recruiting comment since we're telecasting this meeting. For viewers who are watching, we need citizens of Harris County who are willing to serve on the Appraisal Review Board and sit as judges to hear the protests filed by your neighbors and render a decision after you've heard the evidence. We're still accepting applications, and we would certainly encourage you to, if you're interested in performing some really important public service, and you are compensated for this service, to look on the HCAD website. You'll find everything you need to see about how to apply there. And we do need applicants, and we would encourage qualified residents of Harris County to make application and consider serving on the ARB.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for that commercial.
Okay, let's move next to the ARB report, and we will recognize the ARB representative.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Board. I am James Cohen, and I assist the Executive Office. I will read the ARB report. During the month of November, the ARB conducted a total of 638 formal hearings with 48 panels in 3 workdays. The year-to-date formal hearing totals through November 30th, 2025 are as follows. Commercial, 18,198. Residential, 85,213. Other, 2,833, and that consists of industrial, personal property, and undivided interest accounts. 2025 year-to-date totals, 106,244. Prior years, 3,864. The hearings were conducted by 81% agent, 19% owners. The number of required ARB members is below the count of 190 as of November 30th, 2025. We had a total of 148 members. In the executive office, we continue to address requests for set-aside dismissals, requests to reschedule hearings dates due to scheduling conflict, and our legal counsel continues to review all written complaints that come to the ARB for any reason. The ARB attorney, Mr. Hilscher, also assists us with our monthly legal reviews that are submitted to the ARB and also from our members. This completes the ARB report. I want to wish you all happy holidays and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Mr. Cotton. Any questions for the ARB? Again, we very much appreciate the hard work you folks do. And
Thank you, sir.
likewise, wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. Our final item, item 14, is a discussion of matters between members of the board and the chief appraiser pursuant to Tax Code Section 6.15. Roland, speak now, or as my grandmother said,
Forever hold your
hold your peace.
Well, I appreciate that, Chairman Robinson, and I know you used to be in the radio business, and I remember you telling me some cool, unique stories about how you were handed an item that you had to report on, and the guy grabbed the cigarette lighter and lit the thing up and let it burn up as you had to present the
He did. The
item.
very first time I did a newscast live, they
And-
set the news copy on fire.
I just want to sign off and say have a Bluebell Country Day in the honor of the late Jim Lago, who did radio for years and years and years. That's all I have to say. Thank you all for
Roland, we
everything.
very much appreciate
And
it.
Adam, I can't wait to see you up here.
But we'll still have you around for a couple more months. So there you go.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
Anybody have any questions for things that you would like to discuss with Roland here before we?
No, I'm trying to think of something.
Well, I hopefully, and those of you that are on my Facebook page, I like to fish, and Roland goes various places and to Alaska. So if you all see a picture of me on the boat with Roland and them, I'm trying to get there. I have not yet. Let me insert that, so we don't have that type of entertainment or extracurricular activities. But I'm trying to get there, Roland, because I want to get some of the salmon that you all are catching, and then what's the other fish, Miss T?
Halibut
Halibut.
and rockfish, and I've got some in the refrigerator
I
for you.
want to catch a halibut. So just I'm letting you know in advance. It won't be anything other than me trying to get on that fishing boat.
Okay, we're now at our final item. Since we've already had the executive session, we need to vote on the settlement of pending litigation. This item is consideration and possible action to approve settlement of pending litigation, pending appeals to the State Office of Administrative Hearings, and pending arbitrations as presented. Do I have a motion to approve the proposed settlements?
So moved.
All right, who made the motion? All right, so we have a motion by Board Member Noriega, and who was the second?
I'll second.
And seconded by Board Member Buford Daniels. Any discussion? If not, we'll just do a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. And
Abstain.
your Board Member Jones is abstaining. That completes the agenda.
Oh.
We appreciate
Pardon me, Mr.
everybody's
Chair.
hard work this year.
Point of
The work
order.
of the staff.
Point of order, Ms. Tammy.
There are some other items under other matters and additional action items.
Are there?
Item 16, the
So,
ARB.
well, I had sorted this. That's right. We've got to appoint people to the ARB.
That's right, Ms. Kirkland.
We'll call on the chairman of the ARB committee to make the motion.
And thank you for that. So we definitely, thank you, Tammy, for reminding us we had moved too fast. And I already discussed our appointments. We recommend approving Resolution 2025-15, which includes 9 new appointees selected for 2 years, for 2-year terms, 7 new appointees selected for a 1-year term, and 26 appointees selected for the 2-year terms. This will bring the number of appointees for 2026 to 159, which includes 47 new appointees, 26 reappointees and 86 rollover appointees. So y'all need to applaud that because that's a lot of work. We've got to get people in those positions as I mentioned earlier. So thank you all again to the committee. Thank you, Cindy, for calendaring all of this for us. Thank you.
All right. And are you moving then to approve these appointments?
I move to approve these appointments, please.
Second.
All right, so we have both a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. That completes the agenda, and we stand
Point of
adjourned at
order.
11:52. 17?
We have lunch in the back, y'all, so he's trying to hurry up and get back there so we can sing some Christmas
I
carols.
sorted this agenda all around because of the change in executive session. Anyway.
17.
Anyway, item 17, review and approve resolution 2025-16, appointing officers to the ARB. And again, Kathy will recognize you as chairman of that committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And the committee considered 2 applicants for officer positions and recommend Ms. Danielle Kirkland as the chairman returning for 2026, who's done an excellent job too, guys. So give her a round of applause. And Mr. James Coyne as secretary, and I almost said secretary-elect before we got a chance to vote on it, but we appreciate you being on board. I had to annotate it as secretary, Ms. Kirkland's assistant, so thank you again.
All right, and you're making the motion.
I am making the motion again, Mr. Chair.
All right,
Second.
And Artina is seconding the motion. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next item is 18, report, and of course my screen just went blank. Report from the Chief Appraiser Designee on the transition plan. Adam, we will recognize you for that report.
Thank you. You almost got out of it.
You almost got away.
I know, I was so close, so close, but this will be quick. This was actually, Director Sullivan had reached out to Chairman Robinson asking if there was a plan put together or that we create a plan that really hits on all the legal things that we need to do. As you know, I've spoken with many of you, there's a lot going on that we're doing to make this transition happen, but these are really the things where it's like if we don't do these, there's going to be a problem as far as legally. So Director McCrutchen had actually suggested last night that I give you a copy of it, so that's the copy. I also sent it electronically to you. But really what it is, it's three buckets that everything falls into. You've got budget and finance tasks, website and document updates, and then legal and compliance requirements. I worked with the executive staff, and the legal team did a great job of kind of helping me map all of this out. And I'm happy to say that all of the tasks are either in place or ready to go for January 1. Real quick, for budget and finance, it's things like updating the bank signatures, our workday approvals for budget transfers and requisitions. I had to sign some letters going to our auditor for the CAFR, or the ACFR now, it's not the CAFR anymore. Website and document updates. There's a lot of things on our website that had Roland Altinger listed that we had to go in and make modifications to, or will be as of January 1st. And then for legal and compliance requirements, there's really 2 main things as a chief appraiser that you have to make sure you do, and that's to that item 2 on the second page is notify TDLR of HCAD employment within 30 days, and the change in authority from me as a regular RPA, which is our professional license that we have, to now a chief appraiser, because there's some continuing education things that go with that I have to make sure that I complete. And then the final thing was notifying the comptroller's office, getting with the property tax assistance division, and notifying them of the change in leadership here at the organization. And with that, before I close, I do want to thank Roland Altinger. He's been a big help these past few months. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the help that you gave me. I appreciate all the staff, all of the wonderful insight that they're giving me, and the help that they did in making sure that this transition is smooth. And like I said, so far, everything is good to go. Okay.
Right, any questions for Adam about this?
No, and thank you for your willingness to work with us independently and meet with us independent to get our thought process as we transition soon.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. this brings us to item 19, discussion on search parameters for HCAD's website. This was an item that Mr. Sullivan had requested, and I think we have resolved that issue, have we not?
I think so, but we can pass it on to Adam if we have not.
Pass everything to Adam now, huh?
You darn right.
Y'all did improve. It is
Yes,
now,
sir.
it is now easier
Yes, sir.
for people to do searches and find who owns a particular piece of property. And I think that's a good thing that we have done that. And finally, that brings us to the end of the agenda that I sorted about 3 times.
Again, huh?
And we,
Actually, Mr.
It's
Chair,
2
you
more,
have-
number 20 and 21.
He's thinking about that lunch, y'all. He's thinking
put it
about
on
lunch.
pending litigation, didn't we?
Number
Yeah, we-
21.
We did
21.
20.
Yeah, we did 20.
And there are no appeals.
There are none, so we can do what you need to do by stating.
There are no appeals. Okay, we are now adjourned. It's 11:58 a.m.
Everybody have a great Christmas too, by the way.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah. But for me, I say Merry Christmas.